And namaste, everyone, and welcome to one of our live Friday afternoon Qigong sessions. And we'll be continuing with our 5 elements practices. We've got another couple of weeks on it, and then we'll see what feels inspired to transition onto next, because I think this will be quite bedded in now. So find yourself a comfortable place, soften into this moment, just rubbing them hands together, just coming into the moment, the hands connect to the heart. Just bring the hands to the heart, nice deep breath together. And let's get that body warmed up. So we'll do our usual, whether you're standing or seated. This is all adaptable. So really softening the elbows, really flex those fingers, those wrists. This is just the opportunity to open up our joints to all of the range of motion, the flexibility. Let's get a bit of opening through the whole body, bit of whole body awareness as well. Just feel into how you are today. Just take them elbows, relax the shoulder blades. Keep the elbows fixed in space, and we're just rotating the arms around. You can still flex the fingers and the wrists. And then let's take from the shoulders, so let the shoulders move the movement to the upper arms and moving the rest of the body. And the other way, so the backs of the palms push backwards and around. Again, it's the upper arm that's leading the movement. And backwards. Lovely. Right. So let's open into the neck and the shoulders. So always be careful with the neck. Listen to what feels good for you. And to add a bit of integrity, just imagine a line of opposition between the crown and the tailbone as if they're pushing away from each other. And that just offers a bit of extra support through the neck. So we're going to open with owl turns its head. We've not done this one in a while. And we let the fingertips drop down the sides, feeling a slight stretch down the upper arm and the insides of the arms and to center. So it's opening the shoulders and the neck. Opening up our arms a bit. We're just softening into these poses so we let gravity do the work. So you can breathe in to expand, to open. And then exhale to close, to center. And there's a slight lift as we open up. Really let them shoulder blades melt down and slight sinking as we come back together. So let's do stork spreads its feathers now. This is a lovely one that opens up the tops of our shoulders. So imagining scooping water and let them fingers drop down at the sides. Again, scooping, gathering, dispersing. You can imagine any tension or tightness just washing out the fingertips, letting gravity pull the hands and the arms down. Final time. Really let those fingers drop down, taking the neck to the side if it feels comfortable. Imagine a line of opposition from the crown to the opposite fingers. And then we let the neck rotate over, and that should just open any lines of tension on the side of the neck. Always listen to your body and find what feels good. And round to the other side. Noticing the breath. You can use the breath to release tension. So if you get any tight spots, just bring that breath in, that exhale. Lovely. And when you're ready, meet me back in the center. And we'll open up our core. So we'll open up from the center just with our very subtle hip rotations. And the opposite way. So we'll add in our teacups. We'll do our teapot today. So we take our teapot, bring the arm in. So it's imagining curling around that finger. We've got a slight bowl in the hand. just to keep the fascia, the connective tissue open, so we're getting that spiraling going through the whole body. And we've got the tray of teacups on the QiGong Basics through June videos. We've been doing this one for a few weeks now, so hopefully we all familiar with the spiraling right the way from the soles of the feet to the crown. Letting the arm come in at the side, so we've got that space and that gap, and then over. We change arms, so we lead with the little finger, then stretch around so it opens up the wrist, the side of the body. We've got that spiraling movement going through the whole body from the soles of the feet or the sits bones. They say nature grows in spirals, the trees, the plants that heal its DNA. So just bringing a bit of that natural spiraling right the way through the body. From our center, from our core. Okay, so let's open a bit for the spine. So we're going to open a bit to the front and back of the spine. So if you're standing, you can take what we call the mabu, the horse stance, so slightly wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to show you from the side because it's easier. For those that are seated, you can just do this from the upper part of the movement. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open and close. Just open. So you're imagining expanding from your tailbone. We're just opening the front and back of the spine. This one can also be called spinal cord breathing. And if you need an extra stretch to the back body, you can breathe in at this point, and you can breathe out to round, or you can breathe in at this point and out at the top, depending on where you need that stretch. So play with the two over time. Find what feels good today. Opening the chest, the shoulders, the spine. And this one is soothing. It activates the parasympathetic system, that rest, digest, rebalancing, restoring phase. In today's busy world, it can be easy for the body to be trapped in the fight, flight, sympathetic system. So this is helping to relieve stress and tension. Bring us back into this moment. Lovely. So hopefully we're feeling a bit looser in the front and back. So let's get the spine going to our twist with our knocking on the door of life. And we'll start with gentle water waves. So we're just turning from this inner waist kind of point, nice and straight in the spine. So it's like lifting the crown. This is a nice one to just empty your mind. If you've got a busy mind, you can imagine it washing through your fingers like water. So this can be a gentler version to do at night. And for those that are wanting a bit more energizing, we can do knocking on the door of life, where we fully look behind us. The palm gently knocking on the lower back, either side, but never directly on the spine. Knocking our lower dantian. This is the door of life in Chinese medicine, the place where the bodily energy is stored and circulated from, which makes sense in our core. That's around that kidney place, so the waters of the body. So let's give that a little open, and add the neck in. You can turn and look behind you. Those that want a bit of a boost to their immune system and their lungs, it's been our focus the last few weeks. You can gently knock on the lung points, which are just where we've got the shoulder blade meeting the collarbone, just a couple of fingers width below there. And just gently knock. And for those with tension and tightness in the shoulders, you can take it up to the shoulders. This is great if you've got a lot of overthinking going on. It's quite grounding. And it takes out that tension that can be held in the tops of the shoulders. When we tap, we release tension and tightness. So through Qigong, we're using movement, we're using sound, we're using tapping to release tension and tightness. and intention. So wrapping that back around that waist, back to our core, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. So hopefully we're feeling a bit more open in the upper body. Let's just open to the lower body. So for those of you that are seated, you might need to perch on the edge of the chair for this, slightly on the corner. I've done this one seated before. You'll find that in our variations. And it's just to open the top of the thigh and bring in a bit of a balance and a stretch. Balances can be great for presencing and grounding. Grounding feels quite important this month. So I'm making sure I get my nature time, my time in the morning. On the other side. Focusing on that solid leg, standing upright, feeling a slight stretch down the front of the leg. And giving it a shake. Okay, so let's do a gentle warm up of the knees. Just a gentle circle. Bringing some awareness through the lower body and really flex them toes for those that are barefoot like me. Really let them flex free. Again, another little bounce. Or you can do this one with your toes on the floor like this. It's just to open up the ankle, which can carry a lot of tension. It takes a lot of weight during the day. So just giving it the ability to stretch, to flex, to release, open up. Okay, so let's get ourselves ready for the practice. We'll do some standing postures and then the flows. We'll see whether we feel to hold the postures or if we're going to hold them flow. We've been mixing that up for the last few weeks. So find yourself in your Wuji stance, so feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Those that are seated, concentrating now on your sits bones and finding yourself in that nice Wuji position. We've got a slight cupping of the palms. If we're holding a bowl in front of the lower abdomen, we've got a slight tuck of the chin and a lift of the crown. And we allow the breath to now soften, deepen. Without trying to change or force anything, we're just inviting the body to relax, to release, to land in this moment, to land in our core. Wuji is called the highest state of nothing. It's this empty space from which all arises, like a void, the starting place, the returning place. And so we breathe here, feeling the balance of weight evenly distributed on our sits bones, or between the balls and the heel of the feet, feeling all four corners of the feet. Standing balanced in our center, just aware of the breath. May help to imagine a ball of white light in the lower abdomen, gently expand and contract with the breath. And you may wish to touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth, connect to the governing and the conception vessel, these channels that just connect to the front and the back of the body in Chinese medicine. Or simply focusing on the breath. This is our lung opener, supporting the immune system, supporting the skin and the outer defenses. A really great one for this time of year, autumn in the UK. The leaves are really crispy and very abundant at the minute. We've had a bit of drier weather here, so like the trees shedding their leaves a little bit lighter. Breathing slow and deep. Allow any tension or tightness to relax, to ease down the back body, or anywhere you can feel or notice tension or tightness. As we go to our first flow, Buddha holds up the earth. So the hands come up and we're rotating around that thumb. Hands in front of the chest, into the abdomen. The arms lift with the breath. As one Buddha upholds the earth. Feeling the strength of that foundation. And then that energy that we've gathered comes into our lung points and down into the core. And you can pause at the top and bottom between the inhale and the exhale. And let your mind, your body rest in that place. Just creating a moment of pause, of stillness. And then we can take one arm up and one arm down. Opening the lungs to the side of the body. Final time to each side. So just creating some extra space in the lungs. And we're also balancing connection above, below. Nice and grounding. Before we come to our next position, which is supporting our kidneys, supporting the waters of our body, ready for the fountain flow. So they call this the bear stance. The arms and elbows are slightly wide, slight rounding of them. If it feels more comfortable, you can lean forward, but try and keep the spine straight. We're getting as upright as feels comfortable. And then when we found that position and the hands are hugging around that point as if we've got the ball behind us, we can invite the breath to soften and land in the lower back, in the kidney region. Even if you can't feel it, the intention supports the body, the mind, the breath. Just giving our body to relax and open in the lower back. Breathe some awareness to our water channels, to connect to the brain, supporting the kidneys, the bladder, and the waters associated with emotion, with introspection. So allowing any strong waves of emotion to just move through, clear through, let the waters of the body gently smooth out. Notice a lot of emotions going around, a lot of charge at the minute. So just imagining the waters of your body calm, like a clear lake, gentle flow of a stream, smoothing out, relaxed, calm, at ease. As the arms come round for the fountain, hands come together, wash over the surface of water. This is the one like our silk reeling, so we've got a ripple right the way from the feet up to the chest. So the arms and the elbows rotate around the same point. We've got that And then we come up through the whole body, so we breathe in. Keeping a straight spine. So it's just a very gentle movement. The hips go back slightly. Feeling that ripple, that wave come right the way up from the feet and through from that door of life, the lower back, the lower dantian. Just nourishing the waters of the body, steady flow like a fountain. Feel the waters of your body just washing and soothing. Waters can have quite a relaxing quality and cleansing. Feeling anything you no longer need, just washing out your fingertips. Lovely. And when you're ready, meet me back, arms at the sides, and we bring them up to our stand like a tree. So we're feeling rooted in all four corners of our feet, in our sits bones for those that are seated. Like lift of the chin, lift the crown top of the chin. Feeling the shoulder blades melt down the back body, a slight lift in the front body as if we've got a slight zipping up of the front body. So we're balanced in the front and the back of the body like a tree, equally connected above, below. And we breathe now into the liver, into this midsection of the body. And again, we bring our awareness to that self-compassion and self-love we've been building. Giving thanks to the liver for cleansing the toxins of the body, for the support it gives. And breathing some compassion in. Anger and frustration in Chinese medicines associated with the liver, it can be trapped and held there. So breathing in whatever love and compassion your body, your being is needing now. Feeling a warm light washing and radiating from the liver right the way through the body. Giving thanks for this moment, for anything you can feel a genuine gratitude for in this moment. The next breath. As a tree sways in the wind, so we bring the arms up the side and down. This one great for emptying the mind. Clearing any brain fog. Tree sways in the wind, releasing, shedding the old leaves. Final time to each side. So we're going to take that golden urn to the yang position again. So we won't hold too long. This one can be a little bit more interesting. So imagine the elbows are soft but slightly lifted, slightly lower than the shoulders. The sides of the arm, like the axe blade we talked about, arching round and up. We've got the claw of our hands pointing to our forehead. We're imagining we're holding a golden urn, chalice, a beaker above our heads, and just imagining it filling with golden light, with warm light, feeling the warmth in your arms, your shoulders. And if they start to feel heavy, you can imagine them floating like on water, corks on water, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. The whole upper body held like corks on waters, effortless and light. As your chalice, the golden urn is filled with warm light, washes in and down your arms and into your heart. And from your heart, it can wash through the whole body, sending waves of nourishment, of warmth, energy. The air all around us, the breath we breathe, the light from the sun. We're just acknowledging that abundantly flowing through the body now as we go to cloudy hands. This is the one where we start in our Wuji. We shift the weight, change the hands. We shift the weight from one leg to the other. We turn from the hips and waist, change the arms. Shift, turn, change the arms. Still keeping that slight fold, that slight rounding in the arms. Shift, turn, and change. This one, cloudy hands, like water on a lake. So the waters, the mist balance the fire, the warmth of the sun. You can imagine that side arm like a sail on a ship catching the wind. And the winds pull you one way, and they pull the other. Like clouds parting, and come back to center, to our final position, holding the golden urn to the yin position. So you could imagine having a chalice, a beaker, a goblet in each hand, and they're just gently dropping down so the hands are slightly rounded, slightly cupped in our general Wuji stance. From here we bring the breath and the awareness to the stomach, to the spleen, digestion, place we integrate and receive the nutrients from life, from community, from connection. And this one's associated with the earth element, the foundation of our body, the earth of our body, the bones, feeling the solidity of your sits bones, of your feet, your legs, of the earth beneath you, always holding you, the gravity that can help you ease and soften, lie and relax in bed at night. We're inviting that same restiveness, that same solidity to hold us, even as we stand upright. Feeling the strength, the comfort, the reassurance of that solidity, of that foundation, that gravity and connection, as we let it circulate through the whole body. We're pebbling the pond. So we bring the arms round as if we're scooping water and gathering it, the solar plexus, kind of mid-abdomen region. We exhale. We breathe in together. And we exhale to release. Nice and relaxed in the shoulder blades. We've got a quite slight sinking into the knees as we lean forward, keeping the spine nice and straight, and a slight standing upright. For those that are seated, slight leaning forward, and then sitting more upright. We bring the hands back to the abdomen. We center. So the arm comes round and back down the midline. I imagine this one is just the kind of pulling together of everything, coming back to myself, to my center. And the mind rests like a pebble in the pond, deep in our abdomen, our core, as we invite the breath to meet the mind, anchored in our center, back where we started the practice, in that Wuji, that state of nothing. And we breathe, noticing how you feel compared to when you started the practice. Letting that awareness stretch to the whole body, noticing if there's any tension or tightness, lightness or changes in the body. You can bring the hands to anywhere that feels tight or tense still, anywhere that wants a bit of comfort or soothing. And then you can imagine white light washing down from the crown, through the forehead, the back of the head, down, softening the face, washing through the throat and the back of the neck, down, melting the shoulder blades, the sides of the arms, the biceps and triceps and elbows, down through the forearms, the wrists, every individual finger relaxed, soft, open, and it washes down through the back body and the upper chest, relaxing the lungs, the abdomen, the stomach, the lower back, right the way through the knees and all those internal organs, soft and relaxed, as that wave of relaxation and light washes down the hips, the tops of the legs, the back of the legs, down through the knees, the shins, the calves, the ankles, the tops of the feet and the soles of the feet, down each individual toe. The whole body is open, is soft, is relaxed and spacious. And I invite you to offer some gratitude for yourself or for this practice. Gratitude, a great gift to the body, to the mind. So we bring the practice to close, circling that sense of relaxation, connection to each other through this practice, with a final deep breath. And release with an audible sigh. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll see you again next week for another 5-element practice with a bit of a heart opening. So take good care.